But now let's show you. So this is my lovely case. I'm going to move my case. What if you want to play the game and you want more room? You don't have enough room. You need an open field. Now the open field is big. It's the same size ultimately as one of the regular boards, but times 2. And the idea with this one, and I will talk you through, though I'm afraid the camera is probably panning horribly out. I don't have a camera person to help me, so I'm doing the best I can. When you put it together, it looks like that. The point of an open field is, what if you don't like going end to end or side to side? What if you want to add even more strategy? What if you want to make someone go the extra mile and yourself have all the extra room to play with? What if you want to play with a friend and combine a whole lot of other things? This allows 8 people to connect together. Each of you has a castle, but now to take the castle, and this is where the armies come in handy. Now, to take someone's castle, you've got to go all the way up and around. You pretty much can see with the open field, there's open squares here. You can easily sneak around, go up here. These bigger squares count as 1 square. When you get in here, you jump in, you get to go around and come out wherever you want. It's like a roundabout that no one seems to like driving. You get over, you take someone's castle, their army's yours now. You have your castle, if no one's taken it on you. You have their castle. You now have 2 armies, those you haven't destroyed, to take his castle. The ultimate goal, if you have an open field in play, is you get to work with the other people, because now that they're part of your kingdom, to try and govern all 8 kingdoms. Why 8 kingdoms? Because if I made it more than an octagon, it would be huge and there wouldn't be room for all the other boards on it. There actually is no reason for 8. Really, 8 has just happened to be a nice octagon number. There's no actual historical reference to 8 kingdoms. But this is an open field. It does require a floor because of the size. It's 37.2 inches squared, I believe. They could not print it for me this time. They did it the first time, not the second time, as 1 unit. Hence, it now is 2, and I had to lay it down twice. It's the same thing. It's a mouse pad. Can you imagine a mouse pad this big? Maybe you can. Maybe you own one. I'm amazed. But they're not going to move. They're nice and clean. There actually are game pieces that I can bring out, and I was prepared for them, and you know what? I completely forgot. Here we are. Because part of the game is to keep track of how much life your pieces have. So that involves the use of your gamepad, which fits right here. You don't have to keep it there, but this piece basically gives you the option of what are your pieces. What life points do they have left? You can put draw deck, active deck, and then the active card. Again, you can store it here. You can store pieces that have been knocked out, but that you can revive, because depending on the cards, which will be definitely be a second video, you can revive your pieces. Only so much. Again, strategy. Cards throws a whole other twist into the strategy of the game, because now you're combining the effects of the pieces, next video, and then the effects of cards, which either amplifies or negates those effects. And then sometimes throws in a few other things. And I'm mentally going through this. You can tell I've had a long day and I was kind of prepared but not fully. I apologize. I'm really not a video presenter. But I think this is an awesome game. This is how the boards work, how they connect together. This is definitely because of the size. I definitely needed to rent a room for it because there was no room in my bedroom to lay this all out for you. But I think the open field is an awesome addition to the game. 8 people playing each other in real time, taking over kingdoms and hopefully ruling it all. Unless you lose all your armies, in which case that's not a good thing. But then again, like I say, you take over their armies, including their cavalry and infantry. So, strategize. You can work together if you want to forge an alliance, but keep in mind, they're coming after you in the end. So, be careful with that alliance. The pieces will move throughout. They simply flow onto the board. And then these are only some of them. The rest of them I did not bring with me. I only have one black case to carry them right now. I'm going to order another one. If you do order the boards through, and I'll leave the link, this is how they show up. Lovely little plastic case. You can keep that if you want. And it takes, for these, just so you know, for the link at the bottom, they actually order them from the States and they ship them from Japan. So they use a third party in Japan. You pay a bit of shipping at the border for it, I think $16. The boards this size come for $45. The boards this size, if you can get both together, the open field cost me $120 the one time. Separately, this I think was $60 because it's a bit longer than the others, but not by much. Which is why I support the use of a projector. Project to play means if you have a projector, if you have a phone that has a projector attachment on it, all you need is a smartphone. Store the images on your phone, project it. If you have a selfie stick, it does adjust. It won't have to go against the wall. You just angle it down, stand it at 7 feet, angle it down on a table, you've got a board. You'd have all 7 boards. Whether or not you could fit, I tried with my projector, I will admit, I could not get that big of a projection to show. But I have a $34 one, and there are $1,500 projectors out there. I don't say you should buy a $1,500, buy a $34 one, or get one for your phone. You don't have to spend a lot of money for this game. You really don't. The STLs for these are going for $3 or $5. I think they're really cool. I think 3D Avatar did an awesome job on them. And I think that they're worth at least $5. Really, especially that boat. So I'm quite impressed with that boat and my pile of bones that I actually have no use for. Eventually, I will throw this in here as well. There will be nature blocks, which you can use in the game before now, of course. I'm going to get them out. They're going to be there. Basically, these squares, and it's going to be used right here as well. They take over those squares and they force you to go around them. Just like you would in real life, you're avoiding an enemy or an opponent. You can go around a bush, around a pile of rocks. They can't see you. Maybe you're going around a lake and they can see you, but they can't hit you from around a lake. So you can stick your tongue out, you can do whatever you want. The fact is, it's a block. It forces you to plan and arrange your pieces to go after the other people. Or let them go. Are you going to set them up? Are you going to have 2 pieces going on one? Or do you really care about that piece? That is the strategy. That's what you get to put into the game. I create the boards. Okay, the boards are available on the website. The STLs are available on Cults 3D. And like I say, the boards can be printed, they can be projected, they can be printed on paper, they could be, you could take the image, get it printed on a mouse pad. You can do all those things, just don't change the image, don't pretend it's your image. I do hold copyright on that. Sorry, I had to throw that in. Hold copyright on these too. You're welcome to print them and play with them though. You can paint them, of course. I haven't had a chance to paint these yet. I'm trying to get all this out quickly so people can start the game. And I think that covers everything I had to say for this time. So the pieces will get their own video coming up, and the cards will get their own. And I'll throw this in as a fun little anecdote as to why I'm not using the cards right now. Because the cards are in Kansas. I ordered them to be here. They sent them. They got lost in Kansas for 2 weeks. And actually, technically, sorry, now they're in Illinois. So I don't know when they're going to be in Canada, which is where I'm at, for me to show you the cards. But the cards are also printed off, and maybe I'll throw that in this one. You don't need to see that one. The cards are printable. You can buy the PDF, and then all you do is cut them out. They come in like 4. You cut them out. You can either keep them like that, or, and what happened to the plastic ones? Again, I'm not fully set up. I do apologize. Okay. What I did was I bought a pack of these card sleeves, just see-through card sleeves. So I cut them out of here, cut them in half. Can you see the front half, back half? Front half, back half. I got a playing card. The PDF is really cheap, gets you all the cards. If you want extras of this one or extra of that one, just print two of those pages or 3 of those pages. Some cards you're limited to only 4 cards. Some you only want 1 card. Some you only are allowed 1 card. But basically, I have a playing card. I don't need to spend a lot of money. I think it's $10. And you get all the cards.